What's going on everyone, welcome back to another FPL Seal video. So today I have the hottest properties in FPL and the players who are in form and you should be targeting for your teams in the upcoming game weeks. Now these are the players that have had the hottest streaks from game week 17 to game week 19. I'm recording this before the Man City and Chelsea game, so that hasn't been played. If you do enjoy today's video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel to help me grow this community. But now let's get to it. So the first man on this list is Luke Shaw. He's 5.1 million, just went up in price overnight. He's 11.5% owned at the time of recording. His next three games are Manchester City, Arsenal, and then Crystal Palace. And now he could have a double game week in game week 21, possibly game week 20. It's yet to be confirmed. But he has been on absolute fire so far since the restart of the Premier League. He's got 32 points. He scored 1 goal. He's got an XG of 0.44 and then an XA of 0.11. He's been insane in that Manchester United team that has had very easy fixtures. Let's just keep that in mind. They've played Nottingham Forest, Wolves and Bournemouth. Now he scored in that Bournemouth game, but the defense has been quite decent against worse sides. But then of course you still have to add Lisandro Martinez into that side, who has not been playing for a little while. He's still to come, although they have Man City and Arsenal, two of the hottest teams in the Premier League right now, coming up. I still think he might be a very decent value if you want to consider buying him. So next on the list we have Kieran Trippier. He is 6 million in FPL right now, owned by 67.1% of the game. Now the deal with Kieran Trippier, he has very decent fixtures when you look at the fact that he has Fulham, Crystal Palace and West Ham next. Crystal Palace just got demolished by Tottenham. West Ham have not looked that good. Fulham, sure, they're relatively in form, and they'll have a fully rested Mitrovic to deal with, of course, from them. But Kieran Trippier, he has many routes to points, corners, free kicks, advanced, positioning on the pitch, and he has got 28 points so far. Newcastle are the best defense in the league at the moment. Now, he hasn't got any goals so far since the restart. He's got 1 assist. But his expected assists are a lot higher, so 2.69. So he is actually underperforming on his stats, even though he's a bonus point magnet, and he has had really good form so far with Newcastle keeping so many clean sheets, him being a bonus point magnet, and he still has returns in him that we haven't got yet. So there's a lot more to come from Trippier, and you can do a lot worse than picking him up. And then we have Marcus Rashford. He's 7 million now. He's been going up in price as well. He's 36.8% owned, and I only expect that to go up, especially if Man United have double game weeks coming up. Now, he's got 27 points since the restart, 3 goals, 1 assist, 1.56 XG, 0.46 XA. So Rashford's he's been a brilliant asset for Man United and really has been rejuvenated since Ten Hag took over. And now I think if you don't have him in your squad, you might want to really reconsider your options. Think about how you can get him into your squad. Possibly have a 5 in midfield, I don't know. But he's a really good player. He has tricky fixtures against Man City and Arsenal. But if he gets double game week, I think there are a lot worse players out there than him. Now one of my favorites on this list, Martin Ødegaard, 6.6 million in FPL. He keeps going up, likely to rise soon. 22.9% owned. I expect that to rise as well. Now, he has Tottenham next week, and then Man United, and then Everton, so that is before his double gaming in 23. He's also expected to double in 21, so keep that in mind, that Arsenal might double in 21 and 23, which would make them really good options in FPL, even though they are already. Now, he's got 26 points since returning into the FPL game. 1 goal, 3 assists. I mean, his XG 0.29, sure, he might be a little bit overperforming, but he has been getting into good positions, getting some decent shots off, and his XA is 2.04. Again, a little overachieving his stats there, but that's just what happens when you're very clinical and when you have clinical players in front of you. So you might want to consider Martin Ødegaard for your team. Now, the next player on this list is Solly March, 5 million midfielder at Brighton, 0.7% ownership, so a big differential this one. He's got 25 points, 2 goals, 1 assist, 0.56 XG, 1.12 XA since the return of the Premier League. Now they do have Liverpool next week, but the Liverpool defense is absolutely horrible right now. Brighton just demolished Everton. They could defeat another Liverpool side. It's absolutely fine. Van Dijk injured for 5 to 6 weeks according to the rumours. So I wouldn't put it against them to put a few past Alisson in goal. And now then they have Leicester. I mean, that's very decent, but again, Leicester haven't really been finding their feet since the return of the Premier League. So again, someone that you could target. And then it's Bournemouth, and of course they also could double or even triple in game week 21. So keep an eye on that. If so, you might want to go Solly March. And there is another Brighton player we'll discuss a little later in the video who you could also be looking at. The final player on this list is Harry Kane. He just demolished Crystal Palace last night. 11.6 million in the game, 28.2% ownership. He's gone down a bunch. I expect that to rise now after that performance and a double game week. Now Fulham and Manchester City, of course, again then in game week 22. So quite tricky fixtures, but a double game week in 25 points. He has penalties as Spurs, so he could get a return anytime. He overachieved his stats so far, but if he can find form, he usually scores against Arsenal from the penalty spot, and then last time out against City he scored 2 goals against them, so I wouldn't put it against them to score like 1 or 2 goals in those games. So you could do a lot worse than swapping a Salah out for Harry Kane or something like that, trying to do some hokey cokey with those guys. But I just wanted to mention him since he's on form right now, if you want to consider him. Now I did promise you another Brighton asset, didn't I? Now right now we have in 6th place for the best expected points is Mitoma at Brighton. 18.77 expected points since game week 17 to game week 19. Now he has looked so good, and he's only 4.9 million. Ahead of him is Trippier, then Schär. So of course the Newcastle defenders, the clean sheets are delivering good points for them. Then it's Mitrovic, Salah and Darwin are top of the table. Now Darwin, I think he only got 8 points. He is so underachieving, so it's really tricky to sell him right now, but I don't blame anyone who wants to sell him, because it just looks like he could go the whole season without scoring again. He looks like he's just gonna miss all the chances in the world, and doesn't matter if you put it to him on the line, he would miss that chance as well. So I don't blame you if you want to just remove Darwin, but I just thought it'd be worth pointing it out that Darwin and Salah do top this list for expected points. Mitrovic next, then Schär, Trippier, and of course Mitoma coming in 6th. So if you're looking for an Andreas Pereira replacement after the Fulham double game week, Mitoma might be your guy. So that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a relatively short one right now. I just wanted to discuss some of the best options for you guys, who the informed players are, shed some lights on where you might want to go with your transfers. Personally, if you're making transfers, wait until the cup games are finished. We might get some double game week announcement after that, and we'll see if Man City and Tottenham, both get double game weeks, or if results in the cup affect that. It could still happen, so do keep a keen eye on that. Check out Ben Crellin on Twitter. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. I'll be back next time. Goodbye.